honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Got no money, but I'll work it out with my charm. Having a good time, ain't doing no harm. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Hey now, honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Got no money, but I'll work it out with my charm. Having a good time, ain't doing no harm. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright.
And from here, we are good to go.
How's it going, guys? I am Kyle Balls, and this is the bod. Fuck that up, didn't I? Yeah. Anyways, you want to just take it from there?
Do you want to do another cut? You want to
screw it.
take
It's
two?
fucking
Podcasts. I don't think
yeah.
podcasts are really supposed to do takes.
Yeah,
right?
no. Hey, guys, I'm Kyle Balls, porn producer. This is the Balls Deep podcast. And today with me, I have the amazing Luci Power.
Hi.
Porn star. Awesome chick.
Thank
Excited
you.
to have her here. And as always, Wayne actually making this whole thing function and work.
That's me.
Yeah, keeping it all together. And my new co-host, Dan. I don't know if we've come up with a Dirty Dan.
I'll have to think of something.
Yeah, Farmer Dan. I don't.
They used to call me Dirty D back in the day.
Yeah, I don't really just.
But now I'm Dad. You know what I mean?
It sounds so basic.
D is gonna not be dirty. It's gonna be Dan or Dad.
Daddy Dan.
You know.
Then I feel
Dirty
weird
Daddy.
saying that. Like,
We'll call you
Daddy
Triple
Dan.
D.
in the
Daddy
house.
Dirty.
Just call you Triple D.
All right. And that's
Dirty
not
Daddy
because my
Dan.
tits are this size. You know what I mean?
Daddy Dirty Dan.
Right. We'll figure out something.
Yeah, so we're podcasting.
And we are podcasting
Yeah.
with an Australian,
Yes.
Yes. Listen to
Holy
the
shit.
voice.
Aussie. Wait, an Aussie.
an Aussie.
Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
So what's that like, man? What's it like to have an accent and shit?
Yeah, exciting.
Well, let's do the basic questions that everybody always asks that I don't know if I've ever actually asked you. How'd you get started with all this? Like, where did that come from? Like,
What?
just one day
in
you're
the
like, I'm gonna have
adult
some
industry?
fun. Yeah.
Well, back in the day, I was going through a divorce, needed money.
I recruit a lot of great amateur MILFs on divorces.
That's
right?
right.
I
That's
always-
right.
That's where you find them.
Yeah, and so I just started, I'd always been filming myself for years. I've always been an exhibitionist. So even as soon as I got a phone, or I actually did photography at uni, my first uni degree, and I would take photos of myself and my boyfriend, and you'd have to go and take them into the store to be developed. Mm-hmm. So I wish I'd started all the way back then, but I had no idea that you could monetize videos like that because I wasn't really a consumer of porn. And then after my divorce, I was seeing this guy, and he told me about OnlyFans and ManyVids, and I was like, okay, sure, I'll do it. And that's how it sort of started.
When was that?
2016.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, that's when I started. A
Yeah.
little before that, but not long.
Seemed like there was an explosion of newcomers in the business around that time then, huh?
Right? Yeah.
That's when
All
OnlyFans
the
was
Johnny
new and-
come latelys, including myself. Yeah. Like. So, well, since we're on the podcast talking, what else were you doing? What else were you doing to make a living?
Oh, okay. I was a research assistant for a university because I had just graduated with my psychology degree.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was
Okay.
doing psychology research.
You can mentally fuck them while physically fucking them.
Absolutely.
I like that.
I love it.
Well, cool.
Previously talked to you back in the day that you said you were kind of a friendly, fast girl when you were really young.
Oh, yes.
And you wished you would have probably found porn a little earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I've always been really open-minded and I loved sex. And wait, we're on Instagram, probably shouldn't.
No, it's my Instagram. Go ahead.
Okay.
I pay a guy. It comes back every
He
time.
knows somebody that
I
knows
pay a
somebody.
guy. I got a guy.
I could be clean and they'll still get it deleted and have to pay a guy.
Yeah,
so.
that's true.
So you already had like a super high drive when you were
Yeah.
young, and then you're like, fuck, I can make money off this shit.
Yeah, but it took me 36 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Hey, better late than never.
Yeah, I
You know?
agree. Like, as soon as I realized that I could do it and I was able to do it and I can be independent and free, life's been excellent.
Is the porn game in Australia as good as it is here?
No.
No.
Didn't
No.
even finish the question for shit. No.
No.
They don't
no.
buy that kind of shit there, huh?
No, all they do is content creation, which is fine, and some people make a good living off of it, but there's no proper professional porn.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, just based off your Instagram, I would think there was a pretty big porn business in Australia booming, like Sexpo and,
Oh, okay, yes.
and all the people
Yeah.
you work
Let's-
with, and you see
hold
on
on.
your phone.
Let's get to that first as far as what are the laws there, because it's very confusing.
Yeah, it's really
for a
great.
country that has legalized prostitution.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh,
Good
so you
idea.
can be a professional whore in Australia.
Yes.
Awesome.
It's decriminalised, and there are some states where some of the laws are stricter.
Can you be like a streetwalker and not get in trouble?
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can be an escort.
It's like a service you got to
yeah,
provide.
like an independent escort. Or you can work in a brothel and things like that.
Do you have to have like a
as long
license?
as they get their
No.
their
no
taxes.
regulation like that.
You used to in Victoria, but I think they just changed that. Although a girlfriend of mine spoke to me the other day and said that she just got busted as an escort by an plainclothes policeman, and he fined her $2,000 because apparently you're not meant to have in-calls. You're not meant to advertise and then have people come to your hotel.
Oh.
You're meant to go to their house.
How far did he let it go? Like, was she piping him off and shit? He's like, I got you. I'm a cop, motherfucker.
I would
you
have
know?
been like, I don't have that $2,000, officer.
All right.
Right? Yeah.
I actually
That's
read-
to help you out.
I actually read recently that in some places the cops are actually allowed to go through with the act of having sex with the prostitute and then arrest them.
Who do you get? How do you
Yeah.
get that job?
They usually have
And they were like fighting and they were trying to take it away and the cops were like, no, we can't. Like they just want to get laid. I mean,
they usually have to get it okayed by a prosecutor when they set up a sting or a bust. Like typically a cop just can't do it for the fun of it, or just like I was doing it, like they got to have a whole thing set up and it being recorded and all that. And they
I gotcha.
let them go a certain distance before they cut it off. But yeah, because wasn't every girl back in the day was like, pull your dick out,
Right.
like, and prove you're not a cop or whatever. So they each time, like as they get
yeah,
more and more
that's
strict,
right. That was like a hooker thing, huh?
The cops are like jerking off really quickly. See, I'm not a cop, I swear.
Let me
You
touch
know?
your dick. Let me
Yeah.
show me your dick so you're not a cop.
right.
Touch my titty, please.
That's
Will you
definitely a
please
cop's
touch
dick.
my titty.
Yeah,
That's definitely a cop.
that looks like a cop dick. Look
It's
at his
different color than the
deputized
rest
and
of your
everything.
body. It's a cop.
So we got sidetracked there.
Yes, yes.
So with like, okay, so escorting being decriminalized.
Yeah.
What's the whole thing with porn? Like paying people to shoot content for
Yeah,
you?
it's illegal unless you have set up your studio in Canberra or Darwin, because the states that those cities are in are territories. But no one works there. No one would do that there because there's no content creators. And there are some studios established, like Australian companies, but I don't know how they operate and how they get away with it. Maybe they've registered their business overseas. I've no idea. I didn't look into that. But when I looked at it, because I have Luci Power Productions and I wanted to start my own production company, I just saw that the laws were it was just very grey. So I just stuck with content creation because you're allowed to produce independent content and upload it to a website that's behind a paywall.
And now, obviously, everybody knows this. I'm friends with Lucy. I know this, but just because I find it interesting to bring up, you guys can all work together producing content together,
Yeah.
but it kind of gets shady when someone's actually getting paid to do it.
Yes,
so you guys
that's
can
correct.
basically trade all day long or
Yes.
collab all day long, but the minute someone's actually owns the content and is paying other people to do it,
That's when it's illegal.
talk about how much like backwards or reversed from America.
Yeah.
Like here, you try escorting, and we're like, put her away, 10 to life,
Right.
Yeah.
but oh, there's a camera rolling. It's legal. It's art. I think there's a Family Guy skit on that. Like,
Probably.
I remember the original way back in the 90s. It was like that. It wasn't illegal because both parties are being paid. Like I'm paying you $1,000, I'm paying
Yeah.
him $100, and I'm filming it. You
Yeah.
guys are both getting paid, so therefore it's not prostitution necessarily.
Yeah.
But that may have changed now because with content creation, that's we don't really have that anymore.
Yeah.
Like she's getting paid.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm
just
pretty
called
sure they've. I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure they've like legislated that. So it's like either the First Amendment or something like freedom of speech or something like that's where it kind of falls under. Same
The
thing.
content creation stuff.
Yeah, because it's a form of art and everything like that, and you got to pay art.
Yeah.
It's a gray area,
makes
but
sense.
yeah, I mean that's to where I've always had the idea of years ago of like, let's just set up a brothel and call it film your own porn. And then-
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
called them pro hoes for
Yeah.
so many years. It's a fucking pro hoe. You suck dick for money. It is what it is. I'm mad
Just
at
own
you.
it.
Fuck it.
I'm
Fuck
not
it.
ashamed of it.
No, hell no. You shouldn't be. Every girl's sucking dick for money one way or another. Even your husband's dick. I want a new coffee machine. Sure, you can get it, honey.
That sounds oddly personal and
Oh,
specific.
you know,
You want
for
to
sure.
clarify on that one, Dan?
Fucking A.
Get your $900 espresso machine yet?
Man, yeah, Mocha Salsa is real friendly when she wants something. You know?
Oh shit.
Those are those nights where she sucks it like she wants to. You know what I mean? Like there's a difference between going through the fucking motions and then really sucking it like you want to, you know?
Yeah.
Those are the good nights. The other ones are like half-ass and then jump on it or fuck me, you know? But the ones that she really gets sloppy and wants to swallow, you know? That's good. Good night.
That's gonna be a good night. Yeah.
And then she wants
sure.
something the next day.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Oh, by the way, I kind of wanted to go get some clothes today, or I wanted a coffee machine that's $700. So you're paying for it. I just paid for a $700 hooker basically to get an awesome BJ. Could have probably got a couple for one, if I would have paid for the shit. Got hey,
It'd be a look on that for someone who wants a horse. Like,
that's why I was going to
Coco
ask,
wants
how
a
much
horse.
is
How
a
bad do you
normal
want that horse?
escort in Australia would it cost?
Pardon?
Like, what would you have to pay for a session with the escort, like a one pop session?
Oh, well, everyone's different.
Oh,
Everyone
okay.
charges a different
So you got
rate.
like your low class hoes and your higher class hoes.
Yeah, some will charge $350 an hour, but there was a huge
$350 an hour.
influx.
That's
there was a
Australian
huge
dollars.
influx.
Is that higher or lower?
Oh, that's really low.
that's low.
like
it's
100.
lower.
Is that like equal to 100?
$200 maybe.
200 US. That's really
200,
low.
Yeah.
But like that might be the Asian girls, and that's not me being racist at all. It's just I know about the community, but then there was an influx of a lot of OnlyFans creators who became quite famous, and then they started escorting on the side too. They would charge well over $1,000 an hour.
All right.
Yeah.
God, as well they
Well, yeah, if
should.
you can get
As
that
well
money, yeah,
they
get it.
should.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of those guys I like. I cheer on slut work. You know what I mean? Money spent.
I hope so. We make our living off
I'm
it.
telling you,
Yeah.
I don't slut shame at all. I
Celebrate the
fucking
hoes.
encourage. I'm like, that a girl.
We're in the crowd.
Fuck yes. Great job. You are a wonderful actress.
I know her. She's a friend from work.
Yeah. All right. That's why I don't get why guys hate on girls like that. You know what I mean? That's maybe why some guys are miserable and they don't have a fun chick.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of girls that have been in the sex industry are kind of like diamonds in the rough. You get a fun one that likes to fuck and, most of the time keeps themselves in shape and,
Yeah.
But all you
you're
ever see
winning.
are those interviews with OnlyFans girls who are like, no one will date me because I have an OnlyFans or because I do porn. It's just like, no,
'Cause I'm
the
showing
people
my
you want to
tits
date
online.
won't date you.
There
That's the
you
problem.
go.
You're not.
We're gonna go red pill on this
Right.
podcast apparently. So talk about that.
You can't get what you want, bitch.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
there's a guy you want to date that he's not going to put up with it, but believe me, the average guy will put up with it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I'll run your account, make you more money.
There's sips.
Yes.
There's sips at every strip club in every town in America. You can go find one and pay for everything.
So you're making
You
my
want a
truck
sugar
payment or
daddy?
whatever? Hell yeah.
Go
sure.
fucking hang out at a strip club. Fuck. That's why I'm shocked there wasn't more girls that would do that. You got the pimps that do it. They go and try to recruit. Hey, come, honey, come join my team and shit.
Yeah.
Why
Choose
wouldn't-
up, girl.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you get a girl go hang out? Not being like on some straight hooker shit. Like, hey, you want to fuck? But like being slick about it. Hey, old man, how you doing? I'm just here having.
Yes.
Why not? It's like fishing in a pond with a bunch of whales. Fuck it. Whales don't belong in a pond, but they go there anyway. They're there all the time.
Sure. Yeah. Whales in the pond.
I'm so glad I got you on the podcast, bro. I'm so glad you're
It's
my
good to be here.
co-host.
That's
good to
another
be
T-shirt
here.
right there. Whales in the pond.
Whales in the
Man.
pond.
Whales in the
Right.
pond.
I'd wear it.
Oh, the last one. I still wrote down the last one. My dick is anal size.
Yeah.
I like
That's what the
Oh,
last
yeah,
girl
that
said.
was the last
My
girl.
dick is anal size. That was the T-shirt from the
Yeah,
last
Kiki
one.
Cloud's going to be your viral moment from that podcast. Listen, your
My dick's
dick's not
ideal
really
for
pussy
anal.
side, but it's great for anal. You should be proud of that, honey.
Your dick wasn't really meant for my vagina, but it's great for anal probably. So round 2. God bless her.
Oh,
God
Lord.
bless her.
Love it.
So obviously you started doing this. Have you shot for like the bigger companies?
I've done Perv City and DP Diva.
And what was it like your first time you actually had like a professional shoot like that? So it's probably not going to be as nerve-wracking for someone who is as adventurous as you and was probably doing content creation first. But what was that first like professional kind of shoot like where you got a crew and a set and all that?
It was a little nerve-wracking for me, but I handled it okay. I think just because I like people and I like to perform, and I'd been talking to the director for quite a few years actually, just online. So he made me feel really comfortable.
So I
and-
wasn't the only one you talked to for years. Okay, fine.
Sorry.
Whatever, bitch.
I am
Pro
so
ho.
girl.
Pro ho.
Is
Yeah,
that
I'm a
jealous?
pro
Talking to
ho.
you.
As somebody not in the porn industry, is there jealous porn stars? Because I do know there was one
Yes.
that was a real twack job that I met, like a male talent. I'm not going to throw out his name, but there is
Yeah.
one that actually came to the club just to meet me personally.
Wow.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
No, you do
like,
get
bro,
jealous,
you're a
people.
porn star with a 10-inch dick. What the fuck you worried about me for? Like, you're tripping like a motherfucker.
It's weird, isn't it?
know?
I think it just comes down to insecurity. But there are definitely
Absolutely.
I've had way more famous porn stars be weird with me, like jealous about me. And I'm like, you've worked with
You
huge
look like you were
companies.
having more fun with him.
Probably. They just know that. They probably know that I'm just friendly and they're an absolute arsehole. So I'm gonna have more friends than them. I don't know, but it happens.
I've seen quite a few of the like the jealous porn star girlfriends and wives who
Yeah.
they're in the industry too. They they get fucked way more, but their husbands are in the industry too, and it's great. They're just like everybody else. They're just like regular people. Like
Yeah.
That'd be interesting, like to have that kind of conversation. Like, we're both fucking for money. I mean, What's the difference? Why are we jealous of each other? Or one is jealous and one isn't.
Okay.
And, well, it's usually not like, because I've seen this a lot. It's usually not like she's jealous of everybody. It's
Just the better looking ones.
yeah,
perhaps?
you're working with somebody who's younger than me, or you're working with somebody who's, for a young girl, she's intimidated by the older MILF, or you're working with another redhead, or you're working with like, it's usually just something specifically about them that they just all of a sudden trigger on. Maybe the girl was rude to her back in the day. There's a million different things, but it's usually like I've rarely seen the girl who's like insanely jealous of every girl because they're not in the industry long. The guy quits or they both.
I got you.
There was a I don't want to put his name out there, but my old assistant in Vegas, Crystal Clark, she had a male talent. She was like growing, like the guy was in the industry, but she was really like
Grooming him.
Yeah, for lack of a better creepy word.
Yeah.
That's the right word.
He's
Grooming
a
that
good guy. I'm
motherfucker.
not knocking on him. But he's younger. He fell in love, and that made it about 3 weeks. And she was in the industry too. And it was like 3-4 weeks into that relationship where they started saying like, okay, well, he's only going to shoot with Crystal, and he's not shooting with anybody else, and she's only doing girl, and then it shrunk. to
Isn't that
they're both
cute?
out. Yep. And it just, so
I got you.
like the ones who get jealous like that, they're not
that
going
has
to
to
make
make
it long.
a set
but-
kind of weird too, though. If you had like a significant other and you're trying to work and somebody's fucking with you like that,
They usually aren't going to put up with that.
I don't know.
Most sets as a husband myself, like most sets, I might be able to pull the industry card and get in there, but for the most part, they're not going to want me there.
Right.
That's
That's kind of like boyfriends in a strip club.
Yep. That's kind of the.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a big enough deal in the industry, a big enough husband, that they'll probably make an exception. But if you're at that level already, you don't care anyways. How the hell you there? But yeah, the amateur boyfriend who's taking his girl to her first porn shoot, fuck no, they ain't letting his ass stay in there. Nope. No, they'll have
pick
an
her up
Uber.
later.
Yeah, they'll have an Uber pick her up. Like yeah,
We'll take good care of her.
yeah.
Like, I bet the fuck you will, motherfucker.
Yeah.
As you see the door shut.
That's the same like in the strip club, man. When you got the boyfriend comes with the girl when she auditions and like, what do I have to wait outside? It's like, well, there's reasons. Trust me.
It's practice, buddy. You got to get used to it.
Yeah, right. Practice being
I,
outside the
I
strip
used
club.
to deal with it all the time with the amateurs. Because I had to give a little more leeway because it's an amateur girl showing up. So she, of course, her husband or boyfriend is going to be a little bit worried. So that was usually a little bit more of like the smoozing and talking to them and letting them get comfortable. But usually still letting them know, like, you're not going to be in here while we're doing it. I don't care if you want to wait in the guest room or the theater room or something like that so you can hear her scream for help if you think there's a problem. But like,
I mean, I
don't want to be
mid.
mid-thrust and have you fucking donkey punch me in the back of the head because I'm pounding your wife out or girlfriend out.
What exactly are they so worried about? That their girlfriend's going to get fucked? Because that's why they're there.
I know it's very
Like, that makes no sense to me.
Speaking as a man, you can definitely tell they're trying to do like an alpha dominant thing,
Like a
Or even
peacock
though-
show.
Yeah,
They're
even though I'm
putting all their
about to
fancy
pound their
feathers
wife,
out.
they're still trying to make it seem like they're in
10.
charge.
I got you.
Yeah,
You may be fucking my chick, but I still be fucking her tonight after you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy,
Let
that's
me know how
cool.
my
You
kids
fucked her
tasted.
before me too. That's fine.
And it's all types. Sometimes it's the guys who want to like be in charge, so you got to worry about, like I said, them going nuts, or it's the other weird ones. So you look over in the corner and they're jerking off, and I'm like, dude,
Ooh,
I'm just trying to
yeah.
fucking make some porn here, man. I don't need you fucking creeping out on this shit.
Like, hit that shit, Kyle. Hit
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah, look at those big balls flop.
Fuck that bitch. Yeah. Honey, suck it better. You're doing horrible. You look shitty on film.
See, I feel like I perform way better if my partner isn't like anywhere in the
Yeah,
vicinity.
yeah, no. Almost
You know?
every girl I ever worked with, amateur wise, they pretty quickly figure that out. And there's very few pro ones who have their husband even there. Like
Yeah.
I can think of like two off the top of my head who actually even travel with their husbands for the most part. The rest of them I've never met the husbands or boyfriends unless it's like at a convention or something.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a problem like that? Not like the guy comes up and punches you in the head or anything, but like a meltdown or freak out before, after.
After
Yeah.
a bunch of amateurs when I first got started. I don't, man. Karma's a bitch. So I was really
Yeah, she was.
fuck that crazy
Yeah, that
bitch.
fucking bitch.
That's another story coming soon. I always tried to be really clear with amateur couples on like how it was going and this and that and why, just like I didn't want anybody to feel funny about it. And like it was, usually the guy, it was days later, couldn't accept what had just happened. So, and it's always like there were, like I kind of feel like some of the divorces that occurred were going to happen anyways.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I'm not going to take. But like, of course, he like sent the link to her video to like the family and everything just to fuck with her, like shit like that. Like so, that's where I would tell girls. Like I actually just had a call the other day with a MILF in Fort Lauderdale, who was thinking about coming to work with me, and her biggest fear is she's got 4 boys, 21, 19, 17, and like 14. And was worried about doing this, and she, her and her husband, I guess, are kind of in the swinger lifestyle. But they, she was worried about doing this, and it was like the only way people find out is when you tell them. Like that one fucking
If your kids
person.
go look for stepmom porn.
Not
What are your
gonna
kids
happen.
looking
No.
up for?
I'm gonna stop you right there because that's keeps that thought going in people's heads. Fucking 10,000 new women starting OnlyFans every month. Like your kid can't find you.
That's a needle in a
And
fucking. And everybody uses
especially
aliases.
little different for someone like her. When these are amateurs doing OnlyFans, like you can't get on OnlyFans and say find the hot milfs in Fort Lauderdale. It doesn't work like that. You've got to know their username.
Right.
So
Very specifically.
you got it's like the equivalent of like I'm never ever going in the ocean again because a shark might get me. Like that's the odds of your kids finding you on OnlyFans. So kind of walking her through that, going like, hey, how your kids will find out is when your husband rats you out during the divorce. Like that's what you got to worry about. Or usually it's the other one, when you tell that one friend, that one best girlfriend or whoever, she's gonna fuck you over.
They hate her husband. I can see that.
Yep, because she'll
Your
tell her
mama was
husband and he
sucking
won't
dick
skip.
for rent, and you guys lived in this house. Just so you know, your mama had to suck dicks for that house.
My ex-husband threatened me to tell. He said he was going to tell my kids before they found
What
out.
an asshole.
Yeah.
That's
He
some
didn't. They
pussy
found out
shit to me.
anyway,
Any guy that tries to get off on a girl like that, I think is a pussy.
but absolutely.
Like, just move forward, man. Move forward.
Yeah,
move
really.
on.
Fuck over
So
it.
there were a few that happened early on, and then as I got bigger and like learned the hustle a little bit better, it was like there were plenty more that I probably saved them embarrassment. It was like don't go down this road. Or there were quite a few that I don't feel that terrible because I wasn't stealing someone's wife or girlfriend. Your
Your
woman
shit sucked anyway.
no, your woman hit me up on an ad and wanted to come work. I don't give a shit if she tells you about it. Like that's not my problem. I'm paying her for a service. She's coming over here doing the shoot and then leaving. Yeah, that's between you guys if she doesn't tell you. I've given her the whole speech, and if she didn't tell you, it's probably because she didn't trust you. Right. So that was the other.
You enough, motherfucker.
That was the other thing I got into. Not too long, or after a little while of doing it, was just kind of like it's up to you if you want to tell him. But that one person who knows, that one bestie, that's who's going to fuck you over.
That's when we go with secrets make friends. Coming to a shirt soon.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I had a
Secrets make friends.
I had an ex I dated in San Diego, and she was the typical soccer mom. She had a 14 and a 12-year-old, and the son was 14. And she starts doing this, and she's making a couple grand a month just off the side hustle on OnlyFans, and I think we're actually managing her account. And she just one day just decided to I want to make sure my son didn't ever find me on there. So I told him I was doing it, and I was like, you stupid bitch. He's gonna go fucking tell someone he's got to trust in, and that person's gonna fucking run their mouth. Are you stupid?
Yeah.
Like when she told me, why did he interrogate you? Like how? Like he's gonna tell his dad who's gonna go nuts. He's gonna tell his friend whose parents are gonna
Some people are unable to keep their mouth shut.
It's kids. Teenagers can't.
Yeah, unable. I think I asked the other one, as far as somebody that's been a fast girl for most of your life, that you say, what's like a fucking crazy story that's happened to you that you just happen to remember? Like, I love the horror chronicles, something
Yes,
you
I
put
like
yourself
that
in a fucked up situation, like something happened, you're like, fuck, how did I even end up being in this situation?
It's like I know you pretty
Shit.
well, and it's like she's probably like, I can tell you something this week. Like,
Oh man,
No,
right?
but this one memory happened when I was 16, and
God.
I had just sort of started having sex, and I would always throw wild parties every weekend because my mum would drive to another city.
This is in Australia.
Yeah, in Australia.
Okay.
And so I'd throw these wild parties, and we'd all be drinking and smoking weed. And
Such rebels.
I was on the porch outside the house, and I had a guy going down on me, and then I was like blowing another guy at the same time in front of everyone.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend, my best friend, she came up to me and she's like, she didn't say Lucy because that's not my real name, but she's like, Lucy, what the hell are you doing? You're being such a slut. I'm like,
Like,
no, this
I
feels
love
great.
it.
I'm like, this feels so good. You should come and join me.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Good for you.
and this is
some
like on my
haterade.
front yard, yeah. And she was like, "No, you need to stop doing this." So I was like, "Oh, I'm pretty drunk, and I'm like on my front porch with the neighbors watching and everything, and my mum's probably going to find out, so I better go inside." That was pretty wild.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
Right in front of your house. That's awesome.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you remember
Shit.
it. That's awesome too.
Yeah.
Like it's not something you did because you were so fucked up that you're
No,
not going to remember it. You're
obviously,
like you
yeah.
obviously have like a full memory of it. Like yeah, it was a
Yeah.
great time.
So
Yeah.
you're the type of girl that would you fuck like multiple dudes at the same party, like on a regular basis? Like you were the party favor?
I would. But I wouldn't do it now because I probably just can't be bothered doing that.
I got you. Now you got to pay
I'm
me,
just so
motherfuckers.
tired. Like I'm just
You got to pay
tired.
me.
Tired.
No,
Yeah.
I know when I was
I
younger,
had
I
too
seen a
much
lot of
money.
girls, they drink a little bit or whatever, and then they just go fucking crazy.
Yeah, that was
You
me.
know? Yeah.
And you knew they always wanted to. It's just society told them, you
That
know,
they can't.
be slutty.
Oh,
so
man.
I've had one drink and I'm all of a sudden a slut now. It's like, honey, you were
I
always
just
a
want
slut.
dicks. I want them all.
Yeah,
I
you were
want them
always a
all.
slut.
Yes.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I love you for it. But no, don't lie.
Man,
Yeah, that
those
was
are
me.
always the girls. I remember them more than anybody else in high school.
Yeah,
You know, there's a
yeah.
lot, and there's one that was like a super slut when I was younger. She's living like her best life. She
Yeah,
does
of course.
yoga and travels and always posting positive. I think it goes along with having that. You do what the fuck you want. You don't
Yes.
care what people think. I
Yeah.
think you'll live a different type of life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that for some girls, it goes along with, I got to slut it up, but that's what the fuck I wanted to do.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
own it. I think a different mindset. Some girls have that. That's why I respect the shit out of it.
Yeah.
We love us some horse.
And me
Shirt number 5.
too. We love us some horse.
Now
horse we
serving
trust.
number, who knows?
So like another interesting question. Since you mentioned it, you got kids. How do you have the conversation with them? Like, be careful what website you go to. Like, how does that go?
Well,
And is it
well, when they
different with
found out-
different genders?
Well, yeah, and age
Yeah.
brackets is probably the most important thing. But I think when they found out, I just told them where they would possibly stumble across something. So just don't go to those websites. But there's a chance that any of my stuff could be stolen and posted on other websites. So just be prepared that if you're going to use those websites like PH or Xvideos or whatever, that if you see me, that's going to be a possibility. And so that's all I had to say to them, to just be aware of it.
Would you be disappointed
Well, that
if
wasn't
your daughter
exciting.
said the same thing?
I wouldn't be disappointed, but I would make sure that they were doing it for the right reasons and that they were going to create a business out of it first rather than just
There
do it
you
for
go.
quick money, because it's not quick money.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Takes work.
And I'd probably recommend to them that they would try some sort of normal living first, a relationship before getting into this line of work, or try uni or something first.
I gotcha.
And then maybe explore it. But it really would just depend on, what they really felt was true to them as people.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really honest statement there. I respect that.
Yeah.
Just had the same conversation like 6 months ago with Lil Cuz.
Oh, really?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, she wanted to do it. I was just like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's start
Yeah.
with OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Why don't you just do that? Stay off Pornhub.
Yeah, and I think I'd probably just tell them about the difficulties I've experienced by being so open and public with everything that I do, because you do still get judged, and there will still be things that will be difficult for me to do by being in this industry. So, if they wanted to get into politics or I don't know, something that was more government related, then I'd be like, well, don't do porn and orphan because it's going to be really
You're not
fucking
gonna
hard.
wanna do that,
Working in
honey.
an office in general.
I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah.
Who wants to do that?
Yeah. Okay.
Honestly, no. Especially if you started out working in entertainment or something to begin with, and then you go to an office, you're like, this sucks.
Yeah,
What am I
yeah.
thinking?
Oh, just I've known girls who went and did real estate, but it's even that you got to find the right agency that's going to be like, basically, it isn't run by a Karen.
Sure.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Sure.
I've heard them talk about like, like being a real estate agent who used to do porn in Vegas is going to be a lot different than Dayton, Ohio.
Right. True.
Dayton, Ohio. I've been there.
Have you?
I have.
Is it exciting?
I think I went through there on my way
Big
to
ass
Pennsylvania.
softball tournament there once a year in Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I've been
That
there
makes
once.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, Team Flores. It was like one of the only sponsored team in Michigan where I lived at, so they went down there and played. There's like over 100 teams would play.
Oh,
I think we got like 6th or 7th or something.
Right on. Right on. We should all go to the Wiffle Ball World Series. Check
that
that
around
shit. That's a
here?
real thing. I don't know. But we should
I've
go.
seen it on
'Cause it's
TV.
adults playing wiffle ball. Dude. That's nothing
What's
funnier
the-
than that shit.
Did you say wiffle?
Wiffle, yeah.
What is that?
It's a game played by children here in the States where they have this gigantic ball that's hollow and has holes in it.
Okay.
And then they use a bat.
It's almost
that's
impossible
super
to
fat.
throw it fast.
Yeah, it's like this thing. Like, if you try to throw it fast, it does this.
It's
shit.
it's made for kids to play baseball without them.
There's like a
hurting
league
themselves.
now.
It's all
Isn't there,
plastic
isn't
and
there like a
everything.
backyard league where
There
they
is-
get it
dude,
real
there's a-
fucking
yes.
serious? Oh, yeah.
I knew I had a guy working for me up in Pennsylvania that was he was like a champion. Like his team had many
I'm a goddamn
wins at the
wiffle ball
wiffle
champion.
ball
You better
champ-
fucking respect me.
He was like a 22-year-old good-looking kid. Like, what are
man.
you doing wasting your life?
Dude,
with
those
wiffle
moves,
ball?
though, if you watch it, it's like a fucking corkscrew and they're trying to hit it like,
Yeah, I
need to
actually
look it up now.
I did watch a couple of those, and they do like a reverse slider where that thing goes
Man.
whoop up.
Yeah,
on
those
them, like-
balls are moving. Yeah. Wiffle ball.
Okay,
Wiffle
we're
ball.
off track again. here.
No. This is the
So no
this is the
wiffle ball in
real porn
Australia,
life.
huh?
No
Yeah.
wiffle ball in Australia. No.
So
I thought that's just one of
I
those
bet
things you take
there's
for
some
granted.
girl in
I'm sorry.
Australia that can shove a wiffle ball in her pussy.
Yeah, I could probably do that.
I knew that was coming with Dan. Like, let's
Obviously.
just put it in the cooter.
It's not
Which
that
end?
big, you know.
So
You fit that in
any interesting like celebrity meetings or anything since you started doing this?
Well, that's a good one.
Well, I interviewed Angela White. Is she a celebrity?
Hey, and big name porn stars still count. Just
Damn
didn't
white.
like when Coco hit a certain level of success and her Instagram grows to a certain level, there's usually at some point a celebrity who slides into the DMs.
Yes.
Athlete or something along those
Oh,
lines. You don't
yeah,
got to say
yeah,
any
no,
names.
yeah.
You know, don't want to
No, I
put them on
have.
blast if you don't want to.
I've
But
had a rugby player hit me up before, and currently talking to this actor as well.
ooh,
Yeah, like getting a bit flirty online.
Some flirty shit.
Yeah, that happens every now and again.
yeah, that's cool. But
Yeah.
that's still got to feel like cool.
No, I wouldn't say it. No, not really. I think I got to a certain, and I don't mean this to sound arrogant because it's not. You know, I'm not an arrogant person, but I just got to a certain level where I realize I can pretty much get whoever I want.
Just
was-
if they're more famous, you can charge more. Right?
Well,
they
maybe
can afford
no,
it.
but famous people tend to be really cheap.
Oh.
I was
They wanna
just
try
a
and
little
get
more
everything for
excited
free.
because Coco had two of them who were on. One was a mega hit sitcom, and the other one was a drama. And for the sitcom, I was like, "Do you think they could like get us backstage passes or like, have you flirt away? Huh? Like, get what you
Yes,
can. Like, so
yes.
that's more what I meant. Like, can he like tickets to the Super Bowl or something? What's he got? Yeah.
Oh, and
That'd
a
be cool.
musician as well. Yeah, that was pretty cool actually because he was a content creator but doesn't show his face at all, and I had to sign an NDA and everything.
So couldn't
That
tell
was
us.
real. No, I
even if
can't
you
tell
wanted to.
you. But he's actually really, really, really nice.
Oh, okay. For anybody who's watching, it's Luci Power.
Hi.
Luci Power. She's
Oh,
like,
is that live right there? You're on live what,
Yeah.
Instagram?
I've been waiting to do that for a minute.
I appreciate that.
I need to squeeze my boobs at the same
That's
time.
yours right there.
Yeah,
Your-
that's my
your
Instagram,
live
yeah.
Instagram
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay, usually it's just the repeated like, who is she? Can she show her boobs over and over
Yeah.
again? But occasionally it's a good question, so I just let it go live.
Am I not
I know
showing
when
enough
you used to
boobs?
do it,
Yeah,
I'd be
that's
like,
like
how
Chesty
much
McGee
does
over
she
here."
charge?
Yeah.
Ask her what she charges.
Yeah.
And there's no response.
I've gotten like 5 requests to come work for me. You could talk to Wayne. It's not all that's cracked up to be.
I enjoy it immensely. I tell you, man, after busting my ass for fucking as long as I have, it's like it's nice to not do, such physicality in my work. I enjoy the shit out of this, the media production and stuff. I love it.
I think I kind of did to myself, but years ago on Snapchat, I posted a picture of an office building, and this was like right when WCA started going viral, and I was like, "Ooh, no new corporate headquarters," as a joke.
Right.
I think I even put LOL in there.
Right.
And for months afterwards, I would get people hitting me up like, "I want to work for you. I want to work for you." And I was like, I turned my dining room into an office. Like that's where I was working. I remember one guy hit me up and was like, "I want to work in the office next to you." And I'm like, "You want to work in my kitchen?" I've got a spot at the bar counter over there. You can sit at, but that's like.
in the theater
Yeah.
in the dark?
Yeah, like I didn't even have
Freezing
that.
your ass off
I
with
was
your
in a
nipples
really,
hard?
really nice trailer at the time. Like I was in a manufactured
Really
trailer home at the
nice
time.
trailer.
It was fucking. It had a stone fireplace.
I've seen
And like the
there's all
fake,
kinds of
really
videos.
nice fake hardwood. Because I'd been in another shittier trailer before that, so this is the nice trailer.
This trailer had ground skirts and you couldn't see the wheels.
Exactly. Had a nice fireplace.
Was
It
the license
fancy.
plate still on the back?
You can see it in several hundred of my porns.
Hell
You
yeah.
can, yeah. That is absolutely true.
Yeah, Wayne knows his way around it.
Can
Never
attest
been
to
there.
that, yeah.
right. You've seen a lot of his dick. I should
Sadly,
probably
yes.
watch one occasionally.
Yeah.
I've never watched one. I've never seen Kyle Balls in action.
Yeah, like the
good
first 3 times Wayne had to film something inappropriate, I was like, man, I'm sorry, bro. I apologize. After the third time, I'm like,
This
he's
is
seen
whatever
it.
now.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
The only thing I think I seen was at the club. You'd show me, look who's on my dick. Look at this. It'd always be the bitch I was talking shit the most that night.
Yeah, that was the funny
Oh, you got a
dynamics
little
of
guilty
those.
conscience.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that used to be fucking hilarious, you know? So what does it? No, you do videos and you do other shit too?
Oh God, I do so
I remember we
much.
went to Fetish Con, so you're trying to pop a balloon with your butt or trying to like squeeze it and do all kinds of fancy shit. You said you also do escorting too, yeah?
Yes, occasionally,
Hmm.
but not
High
not
end?
so much. Yeah, not so
High
much
end.
these days because I'm focusing on the content, and that balloon is still sitting under my.
She's like, I
desk
still
at
haven't popped
home.
that shit yet.
Because I don't know how I'm going to do it, and I'm thinking I might need to like prick it a little bit first to be able to pop it
All right.
with something. I don't know how. Anyway,
So that's
Yeah, I
backburner
do-
to like you're doing more videos now.
yeah.
I forgot
yes.
we have a Fetish Con episode we got to release too.
Yeah.
Did you still not post it?
We're usually like not even knocking on rain. We're like 3 months behind when we film stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
we
fine, like,
because we kept running into like running out of content. So when we
Exactly. That's exactly
Yeah,
why.
so-
Like after
Yeah.
the next thing I drop, that's all we've got. FetCon's all we've got. That's it. It's
well, we got the everything still go for the spa episode this week. So
Good,
still doing
good.
that. So, but yeah, we're usually a month or two behind.
And then
at least.
podcasts coming out of my fucking ears,
Yeah, and
to be
that's
honest.
Yeah.
that's slowing us. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, Fetish Con in August. We'll release it November, December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only
Well, we go
released
to
it as soon
AVN,
as
you're
I
like,
did.
check out the Fetish Con episode.
Yeah. I also have my own YouTube channel as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm trying to do more episodes for that because I want to get more PG, safe.
I remember
for work
you were
things
active
out.
as shit. You were on your phone posting shit, doing other stuff,
Oh,
just
yeah.
whatever content you could do. I was like, this
Absolutely.
girl be working.
Yeah, always. And even
You stay at it.
Yesterday we went to our first college football game in Gainesville to watch the Gators
Hell
play.
The swamp.
The Swamp.
Did you see Tim Tebow?
No, no. Well, he's like retired now, isn't he? Or does he play for pro?
I don't follow hockey.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so I was filming
Who's
all
Tebow?
of that as well
Okay.
because that'll be an episode.
That's a
probably
cool
next week.
experience, though. Like in America,
Yeah.
see a real that my bucket list is Australia to see a real Aussie rules football game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I would
pretty
love
good
to
too.
see that shit.
It's
for
just
sure.
a lot smaller than college football. Like the crowd was insane.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, fuck. You're in the SEC.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
shit.
Or
That's
is
like
a religion here?
yeah. It's
Yeah,
like
I
bigger
can
than the
tell.
NFL for
Yeah.
real. Like you
Yes.
go to some of these bigger schools, like you know, Alabama, fucking Florida.
I think
you
for
know,
a while
Michigan.
the biggest football stadiums in the country for a long time were the college ones.
Yeah.
and I'm talking like 10 years ago. The biggest two biggest stadiums I think were like Tennessee and Michigan.
Yeah, I was gonna
or
say
something.
Michigan is
Yeah.
100,000 people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a
it's
100
insane.
fucking thousand people.
There were
And they-
88,000 people in the
Jeez.
stadium last night, and it was mind blowing. And the marching band and everything that impressed me more than anything. The coordination.
Yeah,
What?
it's a fucking production. All these kids ain't getting paid, so the money's got to go somewhere.
Exactly.
And the marching band battle happens too. Like go to those band competitions, and it's like holy shit, the stuff they do.
Yeah. But yeah, so I do content, and I'll eventually shoot for companies and travel around doing that. But I also have like a website that I built in Australia that I'm trying to grow here as well. So yeah,
A website for like-
content creators.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
so
I
you're
also-
trying to recruit other content creators.
Well, for the website, yeah, it's like a directory listing of content creators. I'm just doing some research just to work out whether it's worth setting up here in America as well, because the industry is so much bigger, and I think it would be more valuable here in America
gotcha.
than in Australia. So I'll be working on that as well.
If you want it to work, you can make it work. You're
Oh,
a
I
hustler.
will make
You're
it work.
There you go. You're a
Yeah,
hustler. You fucking get that shit.
I actually found like a potential investor already, just accidentally by meeting someone and telling them about it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
And then tomorrow they're going to
awesome.
have your idea out there already. And you're going to be like, fuck.
Don't be
should've
negative,
told
Wayne.
him.
I know,
just-
it's- but-
you're the
but
one.
it's
You're the
in-
first one to say that too, man.
Not on the podcast.
Not a live microphone.
People
course
thought
it's not
all
gonna
the
work,
same.
anyway.
She's doing this for free. God damn it.
You think?
Right? Yeah. It's just going to cost me late. No.
This is an
I'll send my
investment.
invoice
I
later.
actually have it written down at home. You're like your YouTube channel is one of the things I have to list to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been
I caught
meaning
a little
to
bit
do.
of it.
Really
You
want to
went to
hear
Disney.
see if you're talking shit. So that's my first thing. Right.
What? Just talking shit on
About
the
me.
YouTube channel? Oh, about you. I'm not going to say anything bad about you. Shit, I better take that episode down. No, I do like doing it, but
Asshole Americans.
I can't wait to do my crazy shit that Americans do episode.
Crazy shit. Like what was
there we
crazy
go.
shit
Yeah.
American
Let's
do?
spoil that.
Crazy drivers.
Especially in Florida. Yeah, especially
Okay, you
in
know,
Florida.
can't judge all of America
What
by
else do
Florida's drivers.
Americans suck at, you think?
Can just
Crazy
judge their senior
Americans.
citizens.
Food.
Like what? Too
Just
much? They eat
sugar.
too much?
It's a lot of sugar. Yeah,
Sugar.
it's very processed.
Well, they got to pay for metformin, diabetes. You know,
Exactly.
metformin's a big.
I know, right?
That
I
big
product.
product.
Going. Yeah. No, it's okay. But the driving, because I drive a lot. I love to drive.
All right.
But the speeding is insane. At
Don't
least
go
10
through.
miles over.
We've gotten 2 tickets since we've been here already.
Have you? I've been speeding.
Fucking cameras.
fucking
Don't run no
Californians
red,
coming out
don't-
here.
Yeah, don't run no red lights. You get a ticket into Kyle's house.
Yeah, right.
Actually, yeah, have you got a ticket yet?
No, I get your toll bills though.
Yeah.
I know, there's a lot, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought
You're
it
not
was.
doing this. No, I am paying you to do it. I cover your tolls.
That's right.
Like an Australians driving on the right side of the road and stuff. No.
All right.
I think I'm doing a pretty good job getting used to it.
Oh, that's right. You guys do drive on the other side of the road.
We
I get
do.
that confused because usually it's just islands that drive on the other side, but in Australia is like one of the few like whole continents
Yes.
that does that. So
Yeah.
I forget about that. What's that like? I mean, I've never done it.
At first,
Terrifying.
I was
Feels
scared at
terrifying.
first.
Yeah.
But once you get in the car, it's just logical. Like you just follow the traffic.
It just makes sense once you. I
That's
mean, like
right.
being on the other side of the car now. Like for
Yes.
you, it's over here now.
That's right.
So you're like, I don't know. Like,
That
that
was
would
the
confuse
hardest
the shit
thing.
out of me.
The hardest thing was just gauging the side of the car in line with the curb, or like when I'm turning.
That's why it kind of makes more sense to be on the left side, closer to where you get out of the fucking car. America, you get out in the fucking traffic. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
don't lose your door. Suck it in. Wait for the traffic to go by.
Why don't you learn to speak American?
That's why the truck I drive, all the rims are curbed up on the right side.
Yeah.
Oh man, they all curbed up.
That's
She
just a
can't see
thing.
shit.
That's just a thing women do, right?
Oh man,
He showed us the other day, and he's like, "See that right there? That's Starbucks." And that-
that's Taco Bell.
Yeah. But yeah.
What other fucked up shit Americans do to you, or you think they do
They
that
don't.
are like?
Sometimes they just don't understand the accent. So if I say something,
well, especially down here in the South.
they just blankly stare at you, and you can just see the question marks popping up. Like they're like,
Where the fuck
she
you
just
from?
asked me.
Yeah.
I like water.
She a New Yorker?
A block.
There's something. Even when I say my name, I'm going to start pronouncing my name. Oh, I can't say it because it's like my real name.
Oh.
But
Actually, I know how you pronounce it too. And
yeah.
I could beep it.
Well, not on live.
yeah.
Oh, that's true
Oh,
too.
there's
I forgot
only-
about that.
There's only 6 people. A lot of people know my real name anyway.
I mean, I know it. I'm just not sure about the pronunciation. I
Well-
guess I can use context clues to
in,
realize.
in Australia,
yeah.
it's.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But every time I say, like, if I'm going to a restaurant
Did
or
you
whatever,
just say?
exactly. And then they write.
Where's her
me-
baseball bat?
I'm like, no, I'm actually just going to pronounce my own name as now.
Order 72 ready for.
Yeah. I'm like, it's. But yeah.
You're gonna have to Americanize yourself.
Yes, and my daughters have already started doing that because they get a lot of attention at school because of the accent.
Sure, yeah.
And they get paraded around, taken from friend to friend to speak.
Yeah, listen to her
They
talk. She talks funny.
Yeah.
I think the only time I met them, they were like worried about that. I was like, no, everybody's gonna want to listen to you
Yeah,
talk.
they
shit.
love it.
Yeah,
They
right.
It's
do
gonna make
love
you
it.
friends. Just talk. That's all you gotta do. You can say stupid shit and still mean something. It's like, oh, it's a cool accent, you know?
Yes, Yeah.
Hell
When
yeah.
we were hanging out, one of your kids was like, "My people wrestle crocodiles." I was like,
Your people.
I told her, I was like, "Yeah, say that at school. They'll believe it."
Yeah.
We don't know much. We say Australian. Most Americans go, "Yeah, crocodile hunter." Like
Yes.
that's what we know.
Right.
Croc Dundee.
And we
Yeah.
ride kangaroos.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
Box them when you're bored.
Yes.
Do people eat kangaroos?
Yes. I love eating kangaroo meat.
Really?
Yeah. It's quite lean and it has a unique flavor, but it's good for like if you're bodybuilding and stuff because it's a really lean meat. But it tastes. I think it tastes delicious.
Fucking eating kangaroos. I didn't know that.
So they got like farms where they actually.
Or do you just go out in the
yeah.
back and shoot them? Like I know that's a thing. You just go out there and just turn on the lights and they'll be everywhere. Just ding, 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 like I've heard the stories. You know?
Yeah, we do that all the time. No, I think they would have farms for that because they need to make sure that they're healthy as well. Yeah.
Do they eat the same type of industrial meat that we do, like pigs and cows and shit like that? Or do they really like go to town on kangaroos?
No, we do. Well, we do meat a lot better than Americans do so far.
It's not saying much.
Yeah, I really do miss a really good quality steak and all that sort of stuff. But we're getting there. We're finding.
There you go, Kyle. We got to go to Australia to get a good steak.
Apparently.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. But we've been finding other supermarkets and things to get meat. We found a Spanish supermarket, grocery store. We call it supermarket.
How about?
Yeah.
Just don't go to Publix.
So
No.
I gotta
Walmart.
swerve to a different question because it's something I know every guy asks about in one way or another. And for how long you told me you had a partner, and I thought she was like a lesbian for a second, and I was very confused. How do you manage a relationship in this?
Well, easily,
Yeah,
thankfully,
so
but I think that's because
Partially
of my
probably
husband.
picking the right guy, obviously,
Yeah,
but
because he's just not insecure at all, and he's helpful, and is really smart and switched on, and knows a lot of techie stuff. So for me, it's been great.
Gotcha.
But I think he also knows that he can tell that I just do what I want to do.
I can't stop her. She's going to do it anyway.
Yes.
We're along for the ride.
That's it. I think
All
it's
right.
just sort of like, I think I just need to go along with it because
Yeah.
she's independent and she's going to make the decisions.
He's a cool guy, though.
Oh, yeah,
So I know
he's a-
I know he's a civilian, so we don't gotta say anything to get him found out. But like, how did you guys meet? How does that happen? Like, how does
he went to my gym, and we went to the same gym, and I didn't really know who he was, but he started messaging me online on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
While you were both at the gym, like,
Slid into the DMs.
He might have. I didn't know if he was or not. Yeah, he slid into my DMs, but what really made him stand out is the way that he wrote. I could tell he was intelligent, and it was really interesting, complete sentences, and he wasn't just trying to be sleazy.
I would not have stood out.
right?
No LOLs or
Hey, bro.
JKs.
Yeah, nothing like that. And we had normal conversation, and
Fucking
then
enunciated.
But I found out quite quickly that he was quite kinky, and I liked that because we started writing dirty stories to each other, but proper stories. And then you'd be like, okay, now you continue the story. I've got to go to work, and then I'd finish work and I'd come home to his version of the story.
Oh, super cute.
Yeah, it was actually really cool. And then I found out that he was into bodybuilding too, which I really like because I like to have, at that stage anyway, I was just finishing competing and I like to have a good diet and a workout routine, and he was doing exactly the same thing, so that worked really well for me.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been together now?
I think we're coming up to 6 years this December. 5 or 6 years or something like that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's just
Meeting the old-fashioned way, huh? Not
Yeah.
even on an app or anything. Like,
Yeah, well, I'm
old-fashioned as
Instagram.
DMs now. Old-fashioned.
Well, I mean,
This
they
guy
were following the
It's not
gym to
Tinder.
begin with. You know,
you guys
you
didn't
know,
TikTok each other or
Yeah, it
nothing?
wasn't like-
Just went straight to the DMs.
It's going to turn into eventually one day. It's going to be like, yeah, we met on Tinder. Where do you want to meet? Grocery store. That's where we'll have our first date.
Yes.
Actually, it's not a bad idea. The way you can be like, where'd you meet? Grocery store.
It can work.
Okay, kind of random on here. My mom just jumped on.
Oh, hi,
the
Mom.
one you hung out with at
Yay.
Gatorland last year. Hi,
Miss you,
Mom.
Mum.
Oh, that is awesome. I'm doing good, Mom. We good. We'll take good care of your son. I don't know if I want to hear that.
I think it was when she was like just so American Florida. I was taking my mom and my porn star friend to Gatorland, and my mom was talking about how she had her CCW and her new gun. I was like,
It was a great
yeah,
experience.
America.
Fucking A. Gatorland's pretty cool.
I need to go back again. I haven't taken the family yet.
I live right down the street from Gatorland.
Yeah, let me
Yes.
know when I'll go. I'm always up for Gatorland.
Yeah.
Wrestle some gators.
So since you guys met at the gym, did you ever go to Pound Town at the gym?
Please clarify the question.
Did you ever go
The
out at the
accent
gym
to
if
trip
that's
her
where
up.
you guys met at and it was kinky? Did you guys ever live out some kind of gym fantasy?
No,
or-
unfortunately.
The
but-
fuck?
No, but that's because the gym's disgusting.
Okay, fair enough.
Gym's
Fair enough.
gross.
Well, you can always stand up, pick you up, stand up,
That's
whatever.
true. That's true. But
Drop his kids on the floor. All right, I'm done. Don't even have to wipe it
I
up.
like
Let
you,
them
Tim.
mop it up.
no, we didn't. But I think that's also because I just didn't want to get caught and lose my membership there because I love the gym.
I got you.
Yeah. So, but we've done plenty of other naughty kinky.
I
things.
live by the I'll apologize and like say sorry before I ask permission. That's
Oh,
just
really?
what we do. Oh,
I'm excited to be your business
Always.
partner, by the way.
we don't ask. We just say sorry. And I don't know. I don't know.
We're going to have a great lawyer on retainer.
Yeah.
Even better.
I don't know. We just
Yeah.
did it.
Somebody asked me a while ago on here. I am thinking about starting some sort of mentorship program, guys. I'm just figuring out the details. So, anyways, that was all you guys asked, and I meant to answer it a little while
I'll
ago.
say it if somebody's out there that does want Kyle to be a good mentor, like the dude's actually a genuinely good guy. Like if you don't know fucking Kyle Balls, He's actually one of the, I wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't the type of guy he is. I wouldn't be in Florida. I would have never been out here. He actually is one of those cool guys that goes back and tries to help out friends from back in the day. So
Fucking A.
Me
is-
too.
I absolutely respect the shit out of that when it comes to Kyle. And if there was a program or if there was something that he was selling, I bought it. I moved a family of 6 out here to fucking believe in Kyle. So just getting that advice or something that works, the dude stays on it. He's built something nice for himself, and he's actually a genuinely cool guy to people that he loves. So, you know.
So Kyle, how are you at taking compliments?
I'm slightly embarrassed, but it means a lot.
Shit,
Yeah,
man,
I mean,
it's just true shit. So it's like, well, she's here for free. You know what I mean? Like Kyle does a lot of shit for people.
Yeah.
And I think that goes overlooked sometimes, that maybe it's just like a camera personality or nobody really says it. Nobody wants to have to say shit on their own, but you know, I'll say it. Kyle, you're a fucking good motherfucker.
oh, thanks, buddy.
You know? And I
Appreciate it.
appreciate you. I appreciate everything you've done for me and my family for sure. And you know, if there is, like I said, an opportunity for him to be a mentor, you better jump on that shit if it's something you want to do, because, you know, chances are you'll be successful. You know? If a dude can
Working on it.
If a dude can do porn at fucking 6'4" and 300 and whatever pounds and still make money,
With an average
God
sized dick.
bless
man.
his soul, you know? Fuck. He's winning without the man pecs.
Right?
Giving us average Joes a fucking chance to, you know, believe in something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm losing weight and I'm trying to get in shape, but there's a certain point where I can't get too skinny because I have this huge fan base of husky guys.
Right.
Who are like, man, you're doing it for us. You proved we can do it too.
Yeah,
and
I
I was like,
bet.
I believe in you guys.
I bet.
Ladies love the dad bod.
See, us average dick size guys, we got to lose that extra 40 pounds to get that extra inch. you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah.
We can't afford to be fat like that. We got to lose it down.
I mean,
to
I'm
what we
already
got.
I'm already proud of what I have. It seems to hit all the spots, but I've heard for like every 40 pounds you pick up on average an inch, and I'm like, dude, I'm trying to drop 100 pounds. Holy shit! I feel bad for you in a year if we got to work together.
You know I'll be able to take it.
It's gonna be like a little teeter for him, you know. Spin him on the motherfucker. Can't even sit all the way down on it. All right, sit and spin, bitch. Awesome. You don't even have to lift up your belly or nothing. Winning in 2 different ways. Oh. Now, do you work with a variety of different type of porn stars? Do you have a preference or not really? Or guys, girls,
No,
big
just-
dudes, little dudes?
People who are professional, good at their job, and treat people with respect.
So
I'll
you-
work
Why
with
don't you
anyone.
just ask for unicorns then at that
Did
point?
I? Oh, okay.
No.
So you take on all comers. It don't matter. You don't got no restrictions or nothing.
Not really.
All
Not
right.
really.
How did we meet?
I think we just started chatting.
Did
on
I
Facebook.
hit you? I feel like I hit you up on some sort of
Possibly.
Snapchat or social media and was just like,
Then we
hey,
just started chatting.
yeah.
It was years.
Yeah, years. Like
was like-
2017, 18 is probably somewhere in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to be my stepmother? Is that what you dropped in there? You want to be a stepmother, mom?
In all seriousness, probably because I had like
This guy's pimping on his dad. Like, what the-
I had probably like plenty of white chicks. I'd had black stepmoms and everything like that, but I definitely was trying to get like Hispanic stepmom, Asian stepmom, and then I was like, ooh, accents,
Fucking A.
accents. So I got a French stepmom. And I'm sure there was something when I probably heard her talking, like, "Ooh, Australian step."
Fucking A. That's
something
awesome.
different, like, I'm
I've
sure
been
that
with
was
a couple chicks in my life, and I've only been with one Australian. I was like in my early 20s. Yeah.
Cool.
Long
Good
time
work.
ago, that was it.
Well, they don't import their women here; they import their men. Take our jobs.
Yeah, I haven't met
Yeah.
many Australians either. You know? Not really.
There's not a lot here in the US.
By comparison, there's not a lot of them in general.
Right.
True. Oh, true.
You just got to go to Australia for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you can pay where you can pay $200 to fuck them. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That'd be awesome. No, I'm just kidding.
So where do you want to go this year? Australia or Thailand?
Right. At least we know they ain't got Adam's apples.
So, in general, being here,
Yes.
is this going to be the new home for you one day? I mean, I know there's a bunch of loopholes. You've talked to me about having to jump through a bunch of different things to do that. But, like, if everything was even, would this be a place you'd settle, or are you still feeling like the call home a little bit?
I'm loving it here right now, but I don't know if I'm the sort of person who would settle anywhere.
That's true. You are a gypsy.
I am a gypsy, and after being here for 4, 5, 6, 7 years, I might end up in Europe. I might end up in Japan. Who knows?
Gotcha.
I could go anywhere. Actually, my dad is a Canadian citizen, but not. He's like an English man.
Yeah.
Moved to Australia, became an Australian citizen, remarried his second wife in Canada, and is now a Canadian citizen.
Sounds like he's dodged some taxes.
Probably.
That's what that sounds like.
Yes. So I don't know. So I think that's just in my blood a little bit to travel around, and I love living in different cultures. So yeah, probably not. I like it when they live in me too.
Tell your kids one day, I lived in
cultures live in
Europe
me.
and Japan, and then I went to the most extreme, Florida.
Just because
There
you're
I learned
here.
Strange and dangerous place. The people there are quite violent.
Have you been with each race? Do you have like a little list on? I haven't been with that bit. I haven't been with a dude from there yet.
I was like, I've seen all of your videos, and I don't really think you've missed one.
Yeah, I've been with lots of different
well, not
types
all your
of
videos, but
people.
helped run your OnlyFans.
I don't have like a list of different races that I want that I need to
fuck
tick
one. I
off.
need a
Bingo list or whatever.
Bulgarian.
Yeah, it just doesn't.
Wow.
But I don't say no to a particular race.
I got you. How
Yeah.
about this? Is there any definite don'ts that you do in videos? Like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. Are you
I
pretty
don't do
much game for anything?
No, I don't do scat or blood.
So
or
you can't be
anything like that.
shit on, no
No.
blood, no pissed on.
No. Oh, piss. No, yeah, I do piss.
You'll be pissed.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So just blood and shit.
Yeah, blood and shit.
Bless you. All right.
Oh, this
This is
video's
fun.
gonna get
So
flagged.
how do you like determine how
God,
much
we have
that
two
costs?
levels.
Where you're like, if somebody hits you up and you're like, oh, I kind of want to pee on you, maybe your face area. Like, where do you get the price for that?
Well, to me, that would be like the porn star experience. So it's just a little bit more than what the girlfriend experience would be like.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just because it's a little bit more extreme, you would charge more for that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is the
Good for
girlfriend
you.
experience minus the honeymoon phase.
Oh, we go straight to the shower, the yellow shower.
Yeah.
The golden one.
It was just, I wanted exactly, I want you to walk in and be like, hey, honey, how was work? And then pee on me.
Man.
I remember the very first time I did it, and I was so nervous because I'm like, this is gross. I don't know if I can do it. But the guy receiving it loved it so much, and I'm a people
Oh,
pleaser.
you pissed on him.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
right
not a
on his-
receiver.
Where?
We're totally kidding.
Oh, not you. You're not the one getting pissed on.
No.
You're doing the pissing.
I'm doing the piss.
Okay.
And
Much
it's
better.
because
Much better.
It's better than being
Way much
Yes.
pissed on.
I'd
Yeah.
much
Bleeped on
rather
him
do
and
the
bleeped on him
pissing
and
than
bleeped
getting
on you.
pissed on, for sure.
it's quite what I like about it is they love it so much. I'm a people pleaser, so I want to make them happy. But also,
lot of
I
P
feel
words you're gonna have
quite
to catch.
dominant in that situation.
I bet.
And I'm not
People
an
pleasing.
overly dominant person generally, but when it comes to the P play,
Man.
it's easy for me to do
Just
that. 'cause I'm not
straddling a
hurting
dude
them.
that's underneath you, just
Yep.
bleh, bleh.
Yes. Full in the mouth.
Yes.
Yep.
Wow.
It's weird. It
Did
was
they have
hard.
a preference of what you drank that day to what you would be pissing on them?
Sometimes they want me fully hydrated, so I have to drink heaps of water. Sometimes they want me not
Dehydrated,
hydrated,
flaming
dehydrated.
yellow.
Ugh.
Ooh, yummy.
Yeah.
Eat some asparagus before you come over.
Delicious. Ooh. Man.
Look, it's
One of the
it's different.
grossest videos I've ever saw was like a
Oh.
it was fucking
Oh.
they were and then and it was the grossest shit I ever saw. I'm like, how do you even make a video? How do you get fucking
I'm gonna have to pull rank here, and we're stopping that. No, it's already done. No, we've been talking about this. It's
There's no longer being
most of
monetized in this
out.
podcast.
my bad. So you can't talk about that
But, yeah,
stuff.
well, I just prefer that's because that's a lot of cutting I'm gonna have to do.
Yeah.
Okay, my
Go to
bad.
OnlyFans to see
Sorry.
the unedited version.
Sorry, yeah.
We get
Oh yeah, we
kinky.
could do that, huh?
My
I was-
bad.
I've been thinking about it. I don't know how corny it would be. Like, you could do the unedited podcast, I guess. But I
Everything
didn't know.
is on OnlyFans, dude. People do cooking shows. People do fucking wash your car
Yeah,
shows.
but I actually want
It's not
people
just
to
about
watch
porn.
it.
I mean,
Like,
I know, but
I thought about doing
but-
it after hours.
But
be like,
you've
hey,
laughed
take
a
your boobs
few
out.
times
You know,
on it, so
something
other
like that.
people
Like,
might laugh too.
I've
you know?
considered doing that, like doing a last third of the podcast and asking the girls to be topless while they're doing it or something.
Yeah.
Give them something extra to, I don't know,
Fucking A.
that's
Absolutely.
throwing
a
out
good idea.
ideas. Like, because I know some of them will do sex scenes, and I'm like, I don't want to do
Right,
that.
like
That's
they,
a lot of work. I'm
no.
trying
That's
to
where
relax and
Wayne
enjoy the
Kane
I
podcast.
do.
steps into the
Right,
play.
yeah, then I'm down.
One
Be like,
thing
well,
I
see
do-
you guys. I
Hold on a
guess.
second, hold on.
One thing I do is with some of my podcasts, like I do toy reviews. So the first 5 minutes or 10 minutes of it is I'm fully clothed and I'll do a review that's
YouTube
quite
safe
PG.
type thing.
Yeah, YouTube safe. And then the second half is I'm using the toy. So then that'll go onto OnlyFans or PH.
And believe me, the original idea for Life of Balls was that we would do two versions. There would
Yeah.
be the YouTube version, then there would have been a version that we could put on OnlyFans.
Yes.
And we even have the Secret Life of Balls OnlyFans,
Yeah.
you know, with the website and everything. And
Yeah.
sadly, though, that's when they started going, everyone in your video has to be tagged.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, well, I got like 19 girls running around a mall here.
Well, so it's just as that. It's like we film at a mall, or we film
Right,
at
there's
like
people-
Disney
it's
World, where
public.
there's 60,000 people there.
There's kids, you know, it's like,
Yeah.
so
OnlyFans, you got to have everybody tagged. I've
everybody
never
has to have an account, yeah.
Oh, so that's why doing it in a private room would be better because they could like verify age or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what, people pay to look at it, or what would that?
That's kind of what we're talking about. Is like, yes, you can do a lot of what you want on OnlyFans. Obviously, like all the things that he's going to have to cut out that you said. Like, you can't do any of that on OnlyFans because the credit card processors don't want it.
Oh, so no, like dirty shit like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
But I mean, yes, you can have naked people. You can do fucking. You can do all that on OnlyFans. But yeah, what we were talking about is like the podcast.
That
like,
could go for a file that we'll save that for later down the road of the edited shit that probably can't say and look at anything else.
Which is kind of what we were doing, what we're trying to do, what we're still trying to do is just sometimes it sucks. Like so the idea was at the end of a Life of Balls episode to have the girls get naked or to do a sex scene or something like that at the end. It's just usually the problem is at the end of a Life of Balls episode we just spent 8 hours at a theme park and nobody wants to do anything. Nobody wants to do anything. So
so like a podcast, though, if you did it on the end of it, like just slap a fucking suction cup dildo for the camera right there and say how you, what kind of show would you try to do?
Well, so then there's that, but everybody we've had on here is a friend doing me a favor.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So shit
when
like
stuff
that would
slide
be
in the
if you're
vagina,
paying-
then you got to be a good friend. And now I'm paying out of my pocket.
friend.
Well, like I said, there's a good friend.
Good friend of the show right
There's a
here.
good friend.
Volunteer, look at that.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's one thing to ask them to come on. Like almost any model will come on the podcast because why not get yourself out there more? But when there's sexual stuff happening, then we got to start looking at like, do they want to be compensated? Do you got to get all that up front? So it's not that we can. It's just you're adding a lot more on to a podcast that at this point is not really bringing any revenue.
It's not ready for that.
Yeah, just pulling money
Still
out.
on ground floor foundation, and that's like 10th floor type shit.
Because I think it's give him credit. I've talked to the guy a few times. The Turned On podcast. It's another porn podcast or whatever.
Johnny Loves You, remember? Johnny Love.
Yeah, and at the end, they usually just have two people fucking, and they basically make a porn out of it, and they're selling it on theirs. Their podcast is growing. I've talked to him a few times, but I don't think we're good enough friends. I'm like, show me the actual numbers. Like, how many of these girls are doing you a favor? Are you having to pay them at this point? What are you making per episode? Because I've been doing this long enough where there's OnlyFans accounts where I'm like, you're working with some big name girls. I'll give you that, and you're turning out a lot of content, but what are you actually making?
Right.
Like, I know that girl's $1,000 to $1,500 to shoot with, and I know how OnlyFans metrics go and how sales go, and the content you're shooting isn't that unique. So, what are you actually making? Like, are you paying her $1,500, and after 6 months you're making $2,500? At that point, you're a hobbyist. You're not really in the business. So, yeah, I mean, there's we mentioned one time on here. It was the first podcast we did. We were talking about Alex Adams and family therapy. And I joked around on there and was just like, I've always wanted to know what he makes in ad revenue. He does the free videos. He puts them up on Pornhub for free, and he gets paid per view by Pornhub.
Oh, wow.
And it's kind of like how YouTube pays guys, So he's way bigger than me on there. Like we compete on a couple different sites, but he started putting free videos on there years before anybody else
He does videos
did.
of what, interviewing girls or toys?
Porn.
Or
Shoots the same type of stuff as I do.
Yeah.
And he puts out for free.
Yeah, and he gets paid for ad revenue. So per million views, I think you're getting $1,000. And he's in the billions of views
Jesus.
now. And I was joking around. I was like, I always wanted to ask him because we're social friends, but we're not super tight. So I always felt weird. But I was like, what are you pulling in on a monthly ad revenue? Like he's got a garage that he does these house tours on his accounts and everything. And I've seen his garage has got $2.5 million of cars in it.
So he's doing all right.
But he ended up telling me what his ad revenue is. And I'm not going to put his business out there, but it was less than I thought.
Really?
A little less than I thought, but it's working for him, and he's got other sources of
Does he
income.
have to pay his girls and shit,
Yep,
or do they
yeah.
do it for clout?
Yep.
You just got to pay her traffic tickets, or tolls. Traffic tickets. All right, just pay my tolls. I'll do whatever.
Well, how actually that works is you kind of run into like it's one of the advantages of working with MILFs. You're usually working with a more mature woman who understands business. You're working with a businesswoman, they kind of see like, I can get $1,000 off this guy, or I can get $5,000 worth of content.
I got you.
The smart ones will take the content. When you tend to work with new girls or young girls, they just want that stripper mindset. They want that cash. They'd
I
rather rip
fuck
and
you,
run.
you pay me.
Yep. So,
Which is still good every now and again.
yeah. It was sometimes I don't want to be partnered with some of these girls, but that's kind of how it works. So
Like, I got right, paid.
yeah. Or not encouraging everybody to bug Lucy for a trade shoot, but sometimes you got to pay the girls the first time they try you out. So I'll often do the paid trade where I'll pay them something and then give them the content. and it's like giving them a free hit of heroin.
I got you.
They'll come back. They want more of that. They want the content.
Yeah.
So you're a
like a pusher.
heroin dealer.
Yeah. I'm a
Ass version.
I shoot with. I'm lucky enough to shoot with plenty of beautiful women, but I don't work with the biggest names in the industry. I don't have the nicest camera. Damn sure don't got the biggest dick. And you can ask Wayne about my stories. There's nothing special about them. All I do is market. I get my shit. My balls are in your face. Every fucking porn site you go on, you're gonna see my nuts. Like
Literally.
they're
balls,
You're gonna see that damn lion smoking something.
Balls, balls.
Yeah, and that's it.
Sunday.
There's so many
Balls in
people
your
out there who
face.
shoot better content than me, but they don't even like their brain
You
doesn't
can
even
market
process
your shit
marketing.
better.
Like all they do is upload it and like, okay, I'm done. Cool, I did all my stuff I'm supposed to
Yeah.
do. And it's like, dude, like nobody knows you're producing great shit, but nobody knows you're producing it.
You do the trailers, right? That's
Yeah.
something that they heard that you're good at.
Yep. So I think I'm getting I'm averaging like 5 million views a month on my trailers.
It's good.
Nice.
That's a lot of people looking at your balls.
Yep. My nuts have been out there. They've been out there. But yeah, so it's just that's where it comes from. That's it. Make trailers, you'll make more money.
Hey, that's on the mentorship coming
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah. Mentorship is just you paying me to yell at you to make trailers.
The thing is,
Don't
that
be
takes
lazy,
effort.
you dumb fuck.
And that's what it is. People are lazy, and it does
yeah.
take effort to market this correctly.
Self-motivated. I've seen some of the girls that are better that even being around Kyle for a couple weeks. There's some that just sit there and whatever. Then you got other on 2 phones fucking.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
like, damn, that girl's on it. Fuck.
And it makes a difference, and it can be exhausting. But if you know how to manage your time and give yourself a break every now and again, it's fine.
Oh, wow. Time to enjoy the family life
Yes.
and American things
An American thing.
like
yes.
Florida football.
Yes.
All right. Some nice greasy
Mud dog
hamburgers.
football.
What else was I gonna say about that? So OnlyFans. Oh, that was the other thing during the before the pandemic. I reached out to because most people know this. All of us actually, the 3 guys here, we all work together in a strip club. So the amount of girls who were out of work when the pandemic hit, and I was trying to reach out to all my friends and be like, "Girl, get on OnlyFans." It doesn't even mean you got to come fuck me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not even. That wasn't even a thing. Like, I'll promote your OnlyFans. Like, it's an easy way to make money. And me and Wayne have talked about this nonstop. The amount of girls who just blew every opportunity. Now that the
still
same
are.
girls are hitting me up, like I'm ready to do it, and it's like,
A little late.
so is every
Yeah.
other girl in the country. Like, you're not going to do anything special. Like, there's nothing about you that I can really like push above the rest.
Right.
But it's like, yeah, during the pandemic, you could be a one-legged moron and make $5,000 a month. Like,
It was good during then. That was like the gold rush.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, they weren't. They required you to have paperwork. They weren't big on checking the paperwork. They weren't. I was just it's like every kind of like new startup. Like Uber, all that shit. Anytime
Also,
there's new
it's
startup,
way
they-
less regulations than there
Yes.
is now.
But as soon as they start to get big and profitable, and really, it's the industry's kind of controlled by like the credit card processors. They're the ones who can really crack the whip and tighten everybody up. So if the credit card processors say they don't like what you're doing, we're going to cut off the credit cards. They'll straighten up. I mean, not trying to get sued by Pornhub, but like that was what got them in trouble.
Yeah.
Is they didn't care about shit till the credit card processors found out what they were doing, and now all of a sudden they care.
I guess it would matter. You got to get paid, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Sure,
you
get
gotta,
paid.
guys aren't going to put $25 in an envelope and mail it to you or something like that.
We're on the honor system, Tom.
Right.
You're going to send it to me, right?
And I think it's good though with the Pornhub thing because you want them doing the right thing as well, and that's important. But what I hated about OnlyFans is the way that they stop certain kinky videos being posted. That was ridiculous.
What could they not do?
Like they stop you doing P videos and
that P
like
word
Real
again.
BDSM stuff.
objects,
They'll still take down
objects
stuff.
or like even fisting and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
there's lots of things
What?
that
Yeah.
get taken
How
down.
did they get rid of fisting?
OnlyFans
The
is pretty
fucking
vanilla,
nerve
man,
of
to be
it.
honest.
Sorry, we're gonna cut that out.
There's somebody's
No, no, no.
inferior.
Apparently
Right?
it's violent.
Oh man, violent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you want it.
Yeah, I had a video get taken down for it was on Instagram, and it was an ass slap, but not a hard one. I didn't bruise it. We were doing like a goofy like cell phone photo shoot, and she was just it was a girl who had a great Anastasia.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's just like we did the shoot twice because we did a one where she was bare assed, and I was like, no, put your G-string on so I can actually post it, and I slapped it. And dude, I cupped it. I cupped it to make it sound like it, but I wasn't moving fast or anything, and it got taken down for violence.
Wow.
Yeah.
You
Not
didn't
sexuality
lick
or
your
anything.
hand or
Yeah,
nothing
no.
to leave a raised
Violence.
fucking
I was
purple
trying
mark.
to bruise her because she had to go to work the next day or something like that. But I remember
No
it got
hater
taken
mark.
down for violence. And I was
Wow, that's nuts.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I just
still
had a
stuck
video.
on-
I had a video removed on OnlyFans just yesterday because I've been doing it since 2016. So I've got thousands of videos on there. Back in the day when they didn't have the strict regulations, so they just removed one the other day, and it was when I was doing the deed with like a can, an energy drink can.
Yeah, that a girl. So
I was
you're
like,
that.
damn it.
Yeah, we lost a crazy fun hot tub threesome with Kendra Hart and Misdemeanor.
Oh,
And it was
really?
great. It was a good one. It was hot. The three of us, we had fun. And at the end of it, well, I'll just say it. I was in a hot tub and I was fucked out. I was tired.
Yeah.
At that point, they're still horny and playing with each other. And someone grabbed a beer bottle.
Yep.
And it went inside Kendra. And it was like, it was a 20-minute video. And they do that for 10 seconds at like minute 17.
Yeah.
And they found it. Yep. It's like a non-sexual object going in. You're using something that's not a
Sorry for
sexual
the
object.
Can you
so it's like-
sell that your own shit if you had a server to process your credit
Yeah,
cards?
you can actually. Can't you do that on ManyVids?
Okay, so yes and no. Technically, you can, but you're
like
still
your
gonna,
own website.
But you're still gonna have to use the credit card processors who are the ones who enforce the rules.
Huh. So they're going to look at your website and be like, oh, Kyle has 18 videos of fisting these little girls. We
Yep.
can't have that.
Yep.
What if we only use take Venmo and Cash App, and
Yeah, you can
Right,
do it
yeah.
privately.
even though those
Yeah,
are credit
like
cards based
there's-
still, but
there are some ways around it. But most of the people I know who've started their own websites that. I won't say their names, like it's cool what they're doing, but they've told me what they're doing monthly, and I was like, well, if you just focused on your OnlyFans, you were making
Yeah.
3 times that on your OnlyFans, but cool, you can say you got your own website. Maybe if OnlyFans goes down one day, you can brag about having your own website, but other than that, as of right now, it's like they're because they actually sent their website developer to me to build me a website, and after we talked for 5 minutes, I'm like, your rules are exactly the same as ManyVids, as Clips for Sale, as OnlyFans. And you're taking the same percentage. So really, you're just asking me to set up a new store, and then I got to promote another store. There's really no benefit in this for me. There's nothing. You guys aren't doing anything for me. So yes, to answer your question, long-winded. You can, of course, but you're going to be dealing with the same credit card process.
Jumping
So
through
eventually,
hoops.
they're gonna make you behave yourself. I heard of one girl who hired some sort of credit card processing company out of Cyprus for a while, but she doesn't seem to be doing anything anymore either. So I'm assuming that got shut down.
Wow.
Because the
So
credit
there's
card
no
processors.
black market for hardcore porn anymore, huh?
There's a few that I've seen that are doing the like discussion groups or whatever, Discord groups. Yeah, I've seen a few. They're doing they're producing like the animated 3D. I'll just say taboo, so Wayne doesn't have to edit it. Porn, and holy shit, can we not compete?
So they make cartoons.
Cartoons
Of
that
the
look
dirty
more
shit.
realistic, that look like video game level realistic,
Wow.
like not like your Disney animated
And people
cartoons.
watch that shit and get off on cartoon porn?
yeah,
Wow.
Because they hire someone sexy like her to come in and voice it, and then they can also, because a lot of these guys, remember, there's like unique groups. Okay, sometimes if you're really not a porn watcher like yourself, you're gonna think some guy's just walking around jerking his dick to 2 people fucking. That's what they call gonzo porn. There's no story; it's just 2 people fucking. Most guys who have money to spend, they're not into that. They want a story. They want naughty stepmom. They want cheating housewife. They want my girlfriend's hot mom. They want a story behind it. There are limitations to the story. If you like older women, younger guys, you can get a sexy 40-year-old MILF, no problem. But the problem is with the younger guy, well, they're all, of course, legally 18. And, a lot of guys at 18 are covered in tats who can do this type of work. In the cartoon porns, they can make them look a lot younger than they are. And that's going to feed the fetish and the taboo that these guys are into.
It's kind of weird.
Oh, it's definitely creepy as fuck, but it's the genre I'm kind of in. And I remember seeing it going like, holy fuck, as these guys get better at animating, and it costs me money. They'll hire her to voice for sure, but like it's going to fucking cost me money.
I don't think I can ever get hard staring at a fucking cartoon fucking. I have hard enough watching 2 people fucking get hard. You know what I mean?
I know you want to use the word cartoon, and if you think of cartoon, sure. This is so close to realistic
Next level, huh?
Yeah,
it's
we're
AI.
probably 5 years away from like, show me what's real and what's fake. Maybe 10 years tops. Like that's how good it is. So I know
like
you think
people-
cartoon
So
and you
your
think of,
guys'
like,
jobs will be irrelevant to cartoons.
Could be.
You
Could
guys
be.
could be relics, and you might just have to resort to fucking each other. You know,
I don't know if it would though. I think people like the real
it's
thing.
not so much
I like
completely
the real
irrelevant. It's just cut into my market share.
thing. I got you.
You know, like
I would
mean,
feel that would be like a genre in itself that
Yeah.
somebody, you know. I
when
guess
it's
I've just
cheesy,
never-
when it's cheesy cartoon, sure. When it's an AI generated version of her that looks just like her, then you're kind of looking at something where it's like, what's the difference? And there'll be guys out there like you who are like, it's not real, so I'm not into it. But it's just like, you know, you peel off 10% here, 5% here, 10% here, and all of a sudden, you know, I'm only driving a Rolls Royce Ghost and not a Phantom. Like, people aren't thinking about me and my issues. My boat's now an 80-foot yacht instead of 100. Fuck.
Oh,
I understand.
sad.
But yeah,
I'll take
I mean
an
that's
80-foot yacht. I'll
that's-
take a
that's-
60-foot yacht.
that's the biggest threat I see to porn right now is like what those guys are able to do, and because they're doing like credit card processing through like Venmo or a couple other different sort of Patreons, one of them where they get paid through Patreon, but
Gotcha.
they post their stuff on Discord groups that you need a password to get into. So it's more complicated, but they're giving the content to guys who are true fetish freaks who will donate a huge
Yes, if
chunk
you
of the
market
paycheck.
it, whoever you're marketing it to would be for that. I've just always said strip clubs will never go out of business because you can't take away a physical touch
Yeah.
or a smell or something that the girls give guys as a fantasy. You know what I mean? Because kind of like you said, guys that are spending good money aren't just watching the gonzo porn. Like you said, they're doing the storyline. A lot of guys that come in and spend stupid money on strippers kind of like just want some fucking attention.
Yep.
Yeah.
Somebody to fucking
And you'll run into issues like I think yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I agree with you completely on like strip clubs and like more like rural areas might run into some problems, or strip clubs in everyday towns. I think strip clubs, honestly, where I live, Orlando, Vegas, San Diego, Miami, destination spots, they're always going to be popping. You know,
So
strip
you think
clubs,
the broke people, they'll kind of get phased out of the little markets and the broke towns.
they're coming out with technology, dude, that you can put a suit on and you can feel that touch. You can put your 3D goggles on, you can put your headphones on, and you can feel, and Lucy can put her shit on at her house and she can fuck your brains out from across the internet. We're not that far from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, you know, nothing's going to take
Put
away.
a fifi on your dick and the program will slide up and down on the fifi.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
But
But I don't want to fuck no fifi. I'm just that kind of guy though.
But how many times have you and me sat around and talked about younger kids and how
No, I
weird they
understand.
are?
I understand.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
being raised
They got no
differently.
game. They got no fucking game. Fucking
Yeah.
pathetic.
And that's going to be a whole new
Youngsters.
podcast. Dan, you ain't got no game.
Oh,
Take your game with kids.
scared to talk to some girls.
See
you
that
know?
hot girl over there? Go say hi.
Yeah,
See how
right?
I go. Just say hi.
Yeah.
They-
well, I mean, that's effort.
She
That's
might
work.
say hi
Let me
back.
find her on IG.
Right, yeah.
Maybe I can DM her.
DM.
Yeah, right.
Slide
She's
into
Fucking
it.
right
over
there.
there, bro. Go say what up to her. What the fuck you talking about? Messaging her.
All she's going to say is
weirdo.
no, and, you know, you're a guy. Try again later.
Yeah, there you go.
She might
Shoot your
change her
shot.
mind.
I'm
Yeah.
a big one on shoot your shot. You
Yeah.
never know. You might run into a girl that's a ragingly fast girl and be like, you know, I feel like getting fucked right now. Awesome. You talk to me. You know, let's have a little quick
You,
card
say,
date.
you and me say all the time, you know how much hot pussy I got that I did not deserve?
Right?
Just had the balls to go, hey, you want to fuck? Sure. All right, cool.
I'll be the first one to say tattoos for me. Like when I was young, I got tattoos, not getting that to get ass, and holy shit, did it make it easy.
Yeah.
You know, because when I was in my 20s and tatted up, like most guys that were tatted up, either prison or had no teeth.
Yeah.
So being young and sleeved up, fucking, and it was real easy. Fuck. You know?
And that's why everyone's got tattoos now.
Yeah, if I would have known how big of a fad it would have been, I probably would have done my back, my legs, and other shit like that to where you can't see. But
Yeah.
it definitely made it real easy slaying ass when I was in my 20s, that's for sure. And I'm not even going to lie and act like it was anything else. I think it's just if I walked into a room or a bar and there was a girl kind of drinking, that guy looks like he'll fuck me up or fucking manhandle me. You know what I mean? Sure, I'll happily oblige. Come on, let's have some fun. Let me get drunk first, though.
I went with the whole like smooth talking funny angle, and then
works too.
just did the numbers game.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you never wanted to push them too far where it would fuck your money up in a strip club, but you know, there wasn't one there that it was like, hey, you want to fuck? No. And obviously I'd word it differently.
Your shot. That's what Kyle did. It is the law of numbers. If I ask them all, 30% or 40 will fuck me.
No, it's not just the 30 or 40. The other 60 or 70 will come around eventually.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like they're all gonna wait till the boyfriend breaks up with them and they got no one to go home to on that Saturday night, and you just do something sweet that day. Tell them they look cute after everybody else has been a dick to them that day. Oh fuck yeah!
And that was back when Kyle was wearing turturnecks and skinny, so his dick was probably even bigger, putting it in their throats.
You put it into words.
Kyle, he's got a big dick. All right, little slut butts.
You put it into words back in the day too. I didn't realize it, but yeah, it was 18 working at a strip club in San Diego, and it was the young kid, so of course I was getting circled around or whatever if the older chicks were all into it.
Right.
But I got into a fight. I didn't knock nobody out. I didn't have the heavy hands like you did, but I got into a fist fight and manhandled a guy, and there was like 3 of us who did it. I got a threesome that night after I'd been at the club for like 3 weeks. It was amazing. Like I was just like, oh my god, you get that testosterone pumping, and women are like,
man,
like that,
some of the best nights, fuck nights.
Yeah.
That's actually, I told you, that's how my chick fell in love. First time, absolutely. First time we ever went out, met her family, went to a bar on Halloween. Fucking, her brother got knocked the fuck out. The dude that knocked her brother out pushed my chick right on her face, right in front of me. Absolutely in the fucking street in a little skimpy Halloween costume. So proceeded to break his face pretty much, and she probably tried to suck me off on the way home in front of her family. Had giggle puff put above her pussy and the 12s behind her ear probably within a week. Never left again. Real shit.
I love it. I love it.
Well, girls like to feel protected.
That's
and
exactly
if you
what I
find
was
a
gonna
dude,
say,
that's
they'll
the
feel
first thing
safe.
she said. She's like, holy fuck, you're the first dude that's ever genuinely defended me like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, who wouldn't? The dude fucking pushed you on your face in front of me. It's probably the most personal fight I've ever been in my life. Like, how often do you go to a bar and somebody really shoves your bitch down in front of you?
Yeah.
Like, not just here's a push, like a fucking thunder push in the street, Yeah, he 5-6 punch comboed her brother out cold. He fell in the street, cracked his head on the sidewalk. Yeah, he got fucked up.
Wow.
I remember this.
I was watching it. I wasn't even going to jump in. Like, I'm like, her brother started it. I'm like, dude, fucked you up. And he was dressed like Dingle from Reno 911. With his butt hanging out, shirt all fucking tied. Oh man, yeah.
Remember you telling me though when you're basically your brother-in-law started it, homeboy got into the dingle guy got into a boxing stance, and you're like, oh no.
He just skipped up and I'm like, dude, he could have probably hit him 2 or 3 more times as he's fallen over like a tree, knocked out cold. But he just was like admiring his work, like, oh, that dude's out cold standing. And then he whiplashed on the concrete his head.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Shit.
When we eventually found him, dude, homeboy had a cup and it's just blood bleeding off his face into a cup. Yeah. But that's when my chick really fell in love that night, Halloween.
And that's a magical moment.
Yeah. It's
Such a beautiful story.
But I know what Kyle was saying about when, like, even at strip clubs, the nights that there's some real gladiator shit, you get fucking some good fuck sessions that night.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
At least getting a hand job in a booth or something
man.
afterwards if they're not going home with you. Because like the married ones can't go home with you, so they can just jerk you off at work. But
That's like old gladiator days,
Yeah.
Fuck. We shot an amateur gangbang at the first shot of the club we worked at.
Yeah.
And my buddy actually stayed with me not too long ago that we were out here. We filmed this shit. It was fucking great. But that came from a night where big fights happened, blood all over, and
Wow.
basically a girl wanted to fuck me. And I was like, the only way I'd fuck you is if you fucked everybody else in my house. And she's like, okay.
That's
Like-
hot.
I know that story.
She found me later and thanked me for making like a fucking life fantasy of hers happen.
Yeah,
Even told her husband and shit. I was like, what the fuck? You fuck some coworkers late night one night when we're all fucked up because we all thought we were gonna go to jail. The dude was like seizuring and shit that we ended up, hairball kicked him in the face. So he was all rolling and drunk. I'm fucking drunk. We're all kind of faded, and like, oh, she came over and took it like a champ.
Yeah, well,
She took
And-
it
and
like a champ.
Before we get off, we've got to pivot on that because of what you said there. Wasn't it always weird when the club sluts came back in later with their husbands? And I'm not talking like the next day. Like they're married, they've moved on.
Yeah.
And then they come in and they like introduce you, and it's like, okay, if you're just gonna introduce me, like that's fine. But like, I remember one Marty, like her jumping on my lap in the office and wearing like that girl's ass. Any dress that ass was getting pushed out, like her ass was like that ass that would just come out of a dress, and she like sat on my lap in the office with her ass hanging out, and her husband looking at me, and I'm like, "You trying to get me killed?"
No,
It's
I
like,
hear you. I always thought that was weird.
Donald said it the best that night when he saw his face. He's like, he just realized she fucked everyone. Like it just dawned on,
picturing it.
like he
He's
just
picturing it.
realized that she fucked everyone here.
Man, I don't know if I've ever even said. Did I ever tell you the story about trying to get my 7-foot buddy hired at Little D's? I had a homeboy that was literally 7 foot tall, coordinated 7 foot, not skinny like Manute Bull, but fucking a big coordinated motherfucker. He was huge. We went on a double date, him and his wife, me and Marcella. I think we went to a football game at State. I'm like, okay, you're bagging fucking groceries, bro. Come on, I could use you, you know?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I take him, right? So he goes in the back and she tries to go with him. So, no, you don't need, who did he talk to? He might have talked to fucking Jose, maybe. I don't know. But somebody, he went in the office, talked to him, and filling out papers, and she started slowly but surely kind of getting weird and shit. And then she started kind of getting a little snippy with my chick. And then the whole thing that she was mad is she started seeing all these young girls in the club, right?
Yeah.
And visualizing all these girls know an average dick at 7 foot is still a fucking 9-inch dick. She was like picturing every stripper fucking her dude, and she like lost it. Like literally went kind of crazy over that, just trying to visualize all these girls wanting him just because he had a fucking 7-footer dick, you know? So they ended up actually, he moved to Washington. They got a divorce like shortly after. My chick was almost had words in the parking lot. She thought we were fucking weird, how we can be at a couple and work at a strip club and fucking, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Insane.
And that takes us back to crazy jealous porn stars.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was
Full circle.
Well, Luci, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for
and
having
doing
me.
this. I don't really know. None of my podcasts are organized. We kind of just shoot the shit, and it
It's
seems
good doing
it's
it that way,
entertainment. So hopefully people are enjoying this.
Yeah.
Dan,
just don't talk about piss next time, Dan.
yeah, thank you, Dan.
Now, you can talk about piss, you know, when you start talking
Repeatedly
about
over and over and
man.
over.
Well,
When
it's
you
a
start
good
talking about
story. It's a fucking
whipping their
she's talking-
buttholes open and
I
spitting
can
in it.
just
and shit. That's
picture
like-
it. I could, because man, in Florida, I worked with a girl. The hottest bitch I seen the whole time I worked in Florida was a waitress. Absolute dime piece, gorgeous. She she was dating a porn star or something, and he turned her out abso-fucking-lutely. She was cool chick, sober. Once she got drunk, she wanted to be gangbanged, pissed on, shit on. I mean, in parking lots, in cars.
people.
Bitch, we're at church. Calm down.
And listen, she was so hot, dudes wouldn't say no. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I can't even tell you how many times I'd see 3 or 4 military guys surrounding her at the bar. And I'm like, you guys are going to have fun tonight. Just get her a few drinks. You know what I mean? Fucking A. Yeah, that's shit.
And on that note, Wayne, are we ready?
I believe we are, yes.
Okay. All right, guys. Balls out.
Hey now, honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Got no money, but I'll work it out with my charm. Having a good time, ain't doing no harm. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Hey now, honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Got no money, but I'll work it out with my charm. Having a good time, ain't doing no harm. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright.